All right, let's talk about building real, genuine confidence. Not the kind you have to fake, but the kind that actually sticks around. We're going to break down something called the confidence loop and figure out how it really works.
You ever been told to just fake it till you make it? How'd that work out for you? If you're like most people, you probably felt like a complete phony, and it was just exhausting, right? That advice almost never works because deep down, you know you're just pretending. Well, today, we are talking about a completely different way.
And here's the huge difference. The old, broken method says you have to somehow feel confident first. But the approach we're digging into today, it flips that script completely. It all starts with something you can actually tangibly control, your actions. And that brings us to the secret sauce of building real presence. It's a total paradigm shift. You stop chasing this vague feeling of confidence, and you start creating the conditions for it to just show up on its own.
This is the absolute truth of it. You just can't force yourself to feel confident out of thin air. I mean, think about it. It's like trying to make yourself feel happy on command. It doesn't work. That feeling is a result. It's not the starting line.
And this is probably why it's always felt so hard. We've had the whole thing completely backward. That solid, grounded feeling of self-assurance you're after, that's the very last piece of the puzzle to click into place. It comes way after you start taking new actions.
So let's give ourselves a new definition. Real confidence isn't some magical mood. It's the outcome of a process. It's the proof you build for yourself action by action that literally rewires your brain and how you see yourself from the outside in. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, it all comes down to a really simple, practical 4-step system. Think of it as your toolkit. Once you get these 4 steps, confidence stops being this thing you're chasing and starts being something you just are.
So here's our roadmap. First, command your physiology. Second, stack real evidence. Third, rewrite your identity. And fourth, practice presence daily. We're going to walk through each one, so let's start at the very beginning with your physiology.
Step 1. This is without a doubt the fastest way to change how people see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. It all starts with your body. Simply stand or sit like you belong there. Get your shoulders back and down, lift your chin up just a little. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about being solid, grounded. Now let's talk about your voice. This is a game changer. Try to speak just 20 to 30% louder than you usually do. Slow down your pace. It's okay to add pauses after you make a point. And try to end your sentences on a downward tone, instead of going up like you're asking a question. Remember, this is not faking. This is you choosing the physical behaviors of the person you're becoming. Awesome. Once your body and voice are in a good place, we move to step 2. And this is where the magic really starts to build on itself. The formula is so simple. Confidence is just evidence plus repetition. You have to collect real hard proof that you are capable. So how do you get that proof? You take small, brave actions every single day. I'm not talking about some terrifying public speech. Just ask one question in that weekly meeting. Start a 2-minute conversation with someone. Record yourself on your phone speaking for just 60 seconds. And then, and this is so important, keep a private evidence list. Just a note on your phone where you write down these wins. After a month of this, you won't be able to lie to yourself anymore. You'll have a list of proof right in your pocket. So you're changing your body, you're gathering all this evidence, and that brings us right to step 3. Now we use all that evidence to update the story you're telling yourself about yourself. This is the critical internal shift. You have to stop saying, I'm trying to be confident. That whole story is about struggle and not being there yet. Instead, you adopt this new identity. I am someone who builds confidence through action. See the difference? It's not a wish, it's a statement of fact. And it's based on the evidence you're already collecting. And now, for the final piece of the puzzle, this is what makes the confidence feel so authentic and real. It's about practicing presence. It's not just about how you talk, it's about how you listen. This is all about how you show up for other people. When you're in a conversation, put your phone away, like all the way away. Give the other person your full, undivided attention. Ask a thoughtful follow-up question. And listen, especially if English is a second language for you, focus on being clear, not perfect. People connect with clear ideas, not fancy words. So what happens when you put all 4 of these steps together? Well, a really powerful transformation starts to happen. You stop that exhausting cycle of waiting around to
feel confident, and you just start being confident.
Now you're probably wondering, how long does this take? Honestly, if you practice this consistently every day, you can feel a major shift in just 30 to 60 days. The key word there is consistency, not intensity. Small things every day. But I've got to give you a quick warning because this is super important. You are absolutely going to have days where you slip up. You'll fall back into old habits, you'll speak quietly, you'll feel unsure. That is 100% normal. It's part of the process. The goal isn't perfection, it's just about getting back on track. And for those exact moments, here's your emergency reset button. A little 30-second fix. The second you notice you're slipping, just do this. Correct your posture, consciously lower the tone of your voice, and take one small, brave action. That's it. That's all it takes to get yourself right back in the loop.
Let's leave it on this idea because it's so powerful. Real confidence doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't scream for attention. It's not about being the most dominant person in the room. It's about being the most grounded, the most calm, the most present. It's a quiet kind of power.
So, I'll leave you with a question to get you started right now. What is the one small, brave action you are going to take today to start stacking your own evidence? You have everything you need. Now, go prove it to yourself.